Well, good morning and welcome to another video from the LostCyclist Internet Marketing Blog. A lot of you probably don't even need to see this video, but I do know I have some of those followers that have never bought a domain name before, and I really want to just make it as easy as possible for you to see how you go about buying a domain name. You know, you're kind of curious about starting your own website, and we need to make this as easy as possible for you to get going on that. If you've already decided to go with HostMonster for your hosting, one domain name is going to be included with that. So that should be a pretty straightforward procedure. Just as part of your signing up there, when you click on the Get Started, you will start including the domain name that you're going to put your first website under. However, with this HostMonster hosting, you can host several different websites. I think I currently have about 6 websites hosted on my one membership with them, and that's a nice thing. As the websites get larger, I'll need to split them off to their own hosting, but right now my total traffic per day is anywhere from 200 to 500, so it's not really being interfered with too much right now. It's still robust enough to handle that kind of traffic. So that is always an option to buy it right from your hosting. Whoever your hosting provider is, they typically can sell it to you. One reason I go with GoDaddy is just to provide myself a centralized place for having my domains. That way, if I ever move from HostMonster to another website, I don't have to worry about transitioning my domains. I just redirect them back to the new hosting. This idea may backfire on me later, but I do like it because it just gives me one login for GoDaddy. I know a lot of times you can find specials, $2 domains, things like that, but then you end up with like 5 different domain providers for 5 different websites, and you have to have different logins for every one of them. And for the extra few dollars I spend, I really like it because I know I have a system that I can work with and that works with me, and know what to expect out of my system. So I really like that. I have tried a few others, and I've had some hiccups on some of them. Some of them have been easy. It's nice to have everything I can on GoDaddy. As you can see, GoDaddy likes me. We have a welcome back Quentin, so they know who I am. I am already logged in and ready to start domain shopping. We've already discussed that our website is going to be based on kitchen tools and helpful kitchen ideas. Kind of a theme for this website. Now I need to create a domain name for that. And really, your domain name is your branding. So I would like to have something that's catchy or something that goes for the exact match. And by exact match, I mean the term we're looking for. So if you go, for example, one of the terms I've looked at for my website that I really would like to see my website rank for is the term kitchen gadget. There are several different searches, several hundred searches done on Google each month for the term kitchen gadgets. And if my website was number 1 or number 2 on Google for that page, I would be pretty thrilled about that. And there has been a lot of research done that shows that websites that include the search term in the names, in the domain name, actually gives it a little bit of a ranking boost. And I have seen that on several other websites that I have done. As opposed to just creating a brand name such as coolstuff.com, you may have a little harder time ranking or have to do a little more effort ranking for the term kitchen gadget. And I'm sure coolstuff.com has been long taken back in the 90s, so we won't even try looking at something like that. So first, let's just go for kitchen gadgetry, see if that's available. And here's something I just want to go ahead and say right off the bat. Make sure that you spell this properly. This can be an expensive mistake to misspell it because it's very difficult to try to undo a misspelling. Actually, it can't be undone. Best thing you can do is try to control the website into, or the web hosting into, letting you pay a $4 or $5 cancellation fee. And most of them won't let you do that, but occasionally you might get lucky if you pester enough. kitchengadgetry.com is already taken. We're just going to click over here, new search, try a different one. This is where you just get freewheeling. There's nothing wrong with searching. I will say this though, if you're on GoDaddy, only search when you're ready to buy. I've noticed it seems like a lot of times that I'll put a domain in here, I go to think about it, and the next day I come to buy it and it's gone. And I've always thought that was a little suspicious. So I don't know if they pay a lot of attention to what you're searching for and then snatching out from underneath you and try to sell it to you at a higher price. You can see here that domains that are taken, such as gadgetry.net, they'll sell back to you for a couple grand. So we'll try to stay away from those and keep something that's in our price range. Alright, kitchen gadget is taken. Kitchen gadgets is also, look here, .com is taken. Now you see we have some .nets, .orgs that may be available. In this case, .me is available. But I'm really inclined to try to go for a .com if I can. Alright, what else could I put in here? I'm going to look for synonyms, and I'll start by clicking and just copy here. Let's go to thesaurus.com, type in gadget, do a search for it. What do we have? We have device, so I could have kitchen device, kitchen novelty, kitchen doodad. That would be fun. Doohickey. Now we're starting to sound like a guy's website. If this was a tool site, we could probably name it Doohickey. Gimmick Gizmo. I like Gizmo. Let's see if Kitchen Gizmo is available. That's taken. It's available on the .net. Alrighty, what else do we have here? Invention. Invention's a good word. Let's look up the synonyms for invention, and I wonder if we could do like kitcheninvention.com. Or inventions. Invention's taken. Kitchen invention is available. Alright, so I'll add that to the list. Once again, make sure I've spelled that properly. I can get all excited about a domain name that I think is available, and it turns out it's I've just misspelled it. Which, we've seen that with a lot of other websites where you decide to misspell a word in order to find something that's available, and sometimes that can become a great brand name if you're careful about that. Alright, kitchen invention is available. Kitchen apparatus, kitchen concoction, contraption, contrivance, creativity. Reading the same screen that you can read. Development, discovery, genius, imagination. What if your kitchen was imaginative? Let's do a search here for the imaginative kitchen. I want to make sure I don't misspell that. I'm just going to cheat here, and we'll do a little copy paste. You know what? Just to make sure that I don't misspell something and get excited. And apparently this is not working. Imagination kitchen's taken. Imaginative kitchen is available. I have just a little sheet here. I'm jotting these down as I go. What about inspiration? Inspiration is kind of like a inspiration kitchen. Looks like that is available. What about inspired? Inspired kitchen is gone. What about the inspired kitchen? That also has gone. Another idea that had just kind of come to me is to go back to kitchen gadget. Like I said, I would like to rank for that, and I could probably add an HQ on the end. Pat Flynn did this with his security guard website. He did security guard HQ to rank for the term security guard training HQ is how he did that, to rank for the term security guard training. And we see here kitchen gadget HQ is available, so I'm going to add that to my list over here. Alright, what about cute? We like kitchens that are cute. What about cute kitchens? Just respell this. Cutekitchen.com is taken. Put a "the" in front of that. That is available, weirdly enough. Make sure I have everything spelled properly. What about the clever kitchen? We're looking for handy ideas, innovative ideas that I can offer people. Clever kitchen is taken, and I imagine this one is also taken. Alright, now back here I just discussed the cute kitchen, which is available, but the downside is cutekitchen.com is taken. So it might be worthwhile to do a little research and see how developed cutekitchen.com actually is. See if there's going to be any competition. If this is a really nice website that people get misdirected to, and quite frankly, it looks like someone has just bought the name and is sitting on it, probably waiting to resell that to some unsuspecting person. So the cute kitchen would probably not be too bad to go after. Alright, so we have some ideas here, and I'm going to keep playing with this for a few minutes. And then also something I'm going to do is take these domain ideas to my lovely wife and bounce them off of her and see if she has any great ideas. Since I am a kind of a guyish dude, sometimes I find it beneficial to talk to people who have more experience with things such as kitchens and say, hey, what really gets your juices flowing and gets your mind really thinking and excited about it? So we'll go run some of these names past her, and I'm going to play with this. I will be back in just a minute, alright? Alright, so I was really hoping for something that could be a fun, brandable domain, and quite frankly, if like Inspired Kitchen or Cute Kitchen or something like that, maybe even Clever Kitchen or Crafty Kitchen was available, I probably would just jump all over that. However, I'm not finding those to be available. I went back and did some research on Google just to see what kind of competition I'm looking at, or not competition, but potential I'm looking at for the term kitchen gadget. And when we do a search on Google for exact match, we do find some cool things here. A kitchen gadget gets about 260 United States searches. Kitchen gadgets about 8,100. That would be a nice one to search for. Kitchen gadgetry about 28. So nothing too crazy, but there is some potential out there. And I did do some research. KitchenGadgets.com, something that I probably would have to take 2 or 3 years to actually rank for on page 1. But even if I'm sitting there on page 2 or so forth, that may be really beneficial to the overall website and goals that we're shooting for here. So since I can't find something really brandable, I'm leaning towards trying to go with an exact match domain to try to give me that little leg up, so to speak, on ranking on Google. Now, of course, it's not a silver bullet by any means. It just gives you that little extra benefit in a lot of cases if you have a good website to back that domain. So I've gone through Kitchen Gadget HQ. It looks like it's ready to go. I also did a little research and just split out each of these names and put them into Google search tool just to make sure I spelled them properly and they're not saying, "Did you mean?" And make sure I didn't misspell something. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make sure I have this. Click search when finished. That is available. Let's go ahead and add that. And let's continue to registration. Now, one of the main things we're going to do here on this registration is make sure that we get that pointed to the correct website here with your host monster hosting. The one thing you'll probably have here, if this is your first time buying with GoDaddy is a lot of pop-ups that are popping up. Buy this extra thing, buy this web hosting, buy this domain parking, buy this privacy. And quite frankly, you probably don't need a lot of that. So just feel free to go ahead and kind of push that to the side. But anyhow, that is there. Now, the web privacy is something you may want to go ahead and get, and feel free to go ahead and do that. That hides your name from the whois registration. Quite frankly, at this stage, I'm not too worried about that, so I'm going to go ahead and let that be out in the open. But you may want to go ahead and purchase that privacy to protect your name a little bit more. A lot of people do. One of the things I've done here already is click on Set Name Server. It says hosting these domains elsewhere, set name servers. I click on that and it provides this little box here. So what I need to do is tell my my new domain, Kitchen Gadget HQ, where it needs to point to. And you can do some research on your website, on your hosting, and find their name servers. Each hosting is going to have its own name server. I've done enough with this. I have host monsters memorized, if I can spell it properly, NS1 and NS2 at hostmonster.com. Alright, so that is ready to go. We'll click on Next. And also here you have some other things you can do, your privacy and domain. If you want to go ahead and get some extra privacy, you can go ahead and feel free to do that. And then, of course, activate your domain. This is going to be for adding an email. If you want to have an email address associated with that and so forth, you may want to go ahead and do some of those other benefits there. All right, go ahead and click on Next, and I'll get moving forward there. They also offer their own hosting, as you could see there briefly, but I have hosting, so I'm not worried about that. Alright, now they're offering me a discount on privacy. Once again, I'm not too worried. You can upgrade to a 5-year registration and save a little money on that. So if you know you're going to keep this website for a while, you can go ahead and do that. Right now, I'm still kind of cheap, so I'll go ahead and start with 1 year. Next year, I'll probably do 2 years. And if the website's still doing great, bump that up to a 5 or 10-year registration on that. It just depends on how quickly the website grows, and I'll expand that. Enter promo or source code. If you can find these, that is great. I do a little Google search for GoDaddy coupons or GoDaddy promo codes, and I found this little Squidoo site here. Now, this is going to expire December 31st, so we'll want to go ahead and hop on this. But there's always typically something you can find.com. Here we go. Fan3. Let's see if that works for this. Fan3. We'll apply. And it gives us a little discount, $7.67. Always a nice little thing there. and we'll continue to check out. All right, here's where I'm going to put in those magic credit card numbers and get this ready to purchase, and within about 24 hours it should be on my website. One last step I want to show here, and you guys can see my address, so feel free to send me a bomb or something. Entirely joking about that. I would prefer not to receive one of those. And that pretty much sums up everything we need to cover today. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comment section or email me personally at quintonhamp@gmail.com. And once again, thanks for following the Niche Rivalry. Hopefully you are also off to making a lot of money on the internet. Take care.